Hi, this is Maralyn Hill of Where and What in the World, the Epicurean Explorer, and I am in France today. And would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Katherine Frelon and I run La Ferme de la Luscious, which is in the heart of Burgundy, and we are a cooking school and we do wine visits, introducing people to the flavours of Burgundy. And today I'm going to be doing the classic Gougeres, which is a little cheese puff that you have traditionally when you're wine tasting.
That sounds great. And helping Katherine, we have Michelle Winner,
Hello.
The Culinary Traveler, and Kurt
Hello.
Winner.
Class. We have all the ingredients here. We've got, it's a very simple mix. You have a mixture of water and milk that goes into your pan. We're going to have to come around and we will be using the gas. And then into that goes some diced butter. Sweet version, you have some sugar in there as well.
Oh, okay.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to what I call a froth. It isn't a boil, it's sort of slightly more than a simmer, and you'll see that it starts to go frothy. You do not need to stir.
Oh.
You don't need to spend hours twiddling it around. Just let it froth and take it off the heat. And we're going to sieve our flour with some grease-proof paper, and then we're going to pour it in.
Oh.
And then you'll wonder what went wrong because it's going to resemble wallpaper paste. But it will all come together.
Okay, and we also need to introduce you.
Okay. Well, my name's Sharon, and I have been friends with Katherine for about, I don't know, about 8 or 9, or maybe even 10 years now, and I help her out here. I'm the one that measures out all the ingredients and makes sure that Katherine's able to run the farm without hitch.
With your jugs, we're going to crack the eggs into them.
Oh, they're nice and clean.
The flour. And the secret, there are a couple of things with the Gougeres, I think, that makes it work. Because a lot of the time people say, I've made Gougeres, they don't work. Sorry. Checking the gas. They don't work, they come out flat. Some people make them in the Maggi mixers or food processors. Some people make them in their saucepans. And what happens if you make it in a saucepan is that you're going to add the flour to the milk and the butter, okay? It's then going to form a ball. Although it resembles wallpaper paste, what you do is you mix it off the heat, and then you put it back on the heat for, I don't know, about 20 seconds. Maybe no more than a minute, and it dries it out, and you'll see that it comes away from the pan remains clean. You then put it into a clean bowl, because if you were to put the eggs into the saucepan, the eggs will cook before they've been incorporated into your mixture, into the batter mixture, because it's quite a tough job to do. But also, people use a whisk when they're beating their eggs.
Yes.
And you're using a whisk, you have lots of little bubbles which make your cake rise evenly. When you're making an omelette, you use a fork because you want it gloopy and you want a big bubble to make your omelette light and fluffy. That is why you use a fork when you're mixing your eggs, when you're doing the Gougeres, because the secret to a Gougere is the air that is held once it's risen, which means it needs to rise in the first place, which means you've got to put the air in it, and it also then needs to dry out enough so that the form is held when it reaches that height and then dries out, that it stays there and doesn't fall flat. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I call it, I should trademark this, it's called the gloop. So what I'm looking for is gloopy bubbles. It makes all the difference, and I don't put one egg in at a time. Some people just crack the egg in it. You need to get some air in it. One way to do that is to sieve your flour really high up as well. I think that looks quite nice, but I'm sure it makes a difference. But I do my eggs, and you'll see when I'm beating as well. I don't stir it and mix them like that. Your Gougere, if you were to open it, has bubbles like that in it. And that's what you're looking for in a Gougere. They're light balls of puffy cheese.
Nice big one.
You think my wrist is really floppy? Stop, you can stop. Come and have a look at your Gougere.
I'm just getting my
That's
phone.
okay. Right, we now have what I call the frothy.
Frothy boil on the, is that butter and water? Or?
Butter, milk,
Milk and
and
water.
Butter, milk and water.
She's there, she's there. Okay. Right, so just give it a stir.
Go ahead.
Now I've turned the gas off at the moment. Okay. Right, and you can see it's slightly too liquid. Mine's not too. Just put it on a little bit. Just for a moment, I'll turn it on. Easier. There you go. Wash your hands. Just for a moment, stir it, and you'll see it suddenly changes. See, it just becomes slightly drier. Doesn't take long at all. Just takes the remaining moisture out of it. Dig and lift. So dig down and lift up. You're basically going up the pan. I can normally, with a couple of turns, get all the mixture to stay at the top. If you do it quick enough, what you need is to get a nice shine on your hold back. Have you got any egg mixture left? Yep.
Oh no.
Don't worry.
Are we supposed to
That's
hold?
fine.
Oh.
Sometimes, if you're piping, you need it to be slightly runnier. If you're not piping, and depending on the size of your eggs, you don't put the last half an egg in. But that's okay. It's my fault because I was distracted talking to the winemaker.
Oh, you're crazy. Look at you go.
Can you hear that it goes up?
Yeah.
The air's escaping.
Do that instead of strength training.
Well, it is because I'm doing it quite quickly. Because I'm doing it quite quickly. And when I lift it up, I don't just do this. I'm lifting it really with my arm. I reckon you need the rest of that in there. Don't worry, you can have a drink afterwards. There, I can start hearing the air puffing out.
So you can do this the day before.
You can, but the best way to do it is to actually put tiny little blobs, tiny little balls about walnut size on your baking sheets, freeze them. And then when they're frozen, you put them all in a bag, and then you take them out when your guests arrive, and you can cook them for frozen. It takes about 15 minutes. Perfect. Perfect for Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that type of stuff.
What temperature do you cook them at?
Well, we're in centigrade here, or gas, so I tend to put them at gas 6 or 7, which is about 220, 200 centigrade, which I guess is what, 350? 350, I've got it. So depending on the size of the ball you do, depending on the length of time it takes to cook. On average, it's about 10 to 15 minutes. And what you do is you let it puff up and become golden. You don't want it to look pale, because then it means that the mixture's soggy inside. And then you open the door slightly to let the air out, because what you're trying to do is it rises up in the heat, but then you need it to dry out and the air needs to escape. Otherwise, if you leave it with the heat, the condensation that will happen inside the gougere will make it fall. If that happens, don't worry. If you've got guests coming, you think, oh no, just put some cream cheese on the top, or make up some tuna and mayonnaise and just use it as a little blini. You know, they're not going to know.
No.
The thing I try and sort of get over to people as well is that a lot of the time the guests don't know what they're eating, so if something doesn't work out quite the way you planned, then don't panic. It doesn't really matter. If you haven't got parsley, then use coriander. If something hasn't risen as much, there's always another way you can decorate it. And you know, and if you're trying to do something and you're taking it out to serve, it's too late to panic. So just
Go with the flow.
go with the flow. Doesn't matter. Your guests are there.
Those are looking pretty good.
They're looking
So
pretty
now-
good,
now
but yeah, they're light. You can feel that they're full of air.
Oh my god. Wow.
Those are curds.
Curds?
Yeah. Now,
Oh my goodness.
Look at the color.
So the baking's done. We've tasted them. We're enjoying the batch Kurt made first, and we highly recommend the experience.